Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Winters from Winters Wellness Center, Chiropractic Redefined, and I want to talk with you today about the concept of interference fields and how they affect our health and what we can do about them. Now, our body has an energy field. If we could do certain types of photography, we would see an energy field emanating from the body. When we get injuries or we have scars from surgeries, for example, that energy field collapses in that area. A lot of toxins build up in that area, and the problem is that we can't get the subtle acupuncture energy through that area. So if you think about the body having, the way I like to look at it is really simple. Just think about highways. And we know we have highways in our nervous system that carry nerve traffic, but we also have highways called acupuncture meridians that carry this subtle energy throughout the body. And it's been proven more and more over thousands of years, and we know a lot more about it today by books like Energy Medicine, The Scientific Basis. Now, what we find with this is that these scars or these interference fields interfere with the energy flow. So think about several lanes of traffic going down my body. Well, if I have a scar in one area and that energy can't get through there like it normally would, that energy is going to divert. When that energy diverts, it's going to cause other meridians or other traffic lanes to get too much traffic and some traffic lanes to not get enough traffic. So what happens is some organs will be sedated or turned off, and some organs will be hyper, turned up too much. And in order to balance that, sure, we can give you nutritional support and we can give you chiropractic care, but we need to release this structural stress on the body, these interference fields, and we do that through a special type of thing called mudding. It sounds funny that you could improve your health with mud. However, these are special clays that have very unique properties that absorb the toxins and pull the toxins out of that area of the body, out of those interference fields. There's volcanic clay, zeolites, other herbs in here that help pull those toxins out. So again, the concept is energy flows throughout the body, but when we get scars or other areas, injuries, so that traffic diverts and causes some areas to be too much energy and some areas to be not enough energy. Your stomach can, for example, be easily turned off because of scars in the midline of the body, and there's no amount of nutrition that we can give you to overcome that decreased energy flow to your stomach. So let's show you how this would work, and I've checked myself or had Debbie check me on where an interference field is on my body, and I've already done a bunch of them in the past. I've played football when I was a kid in college and high school, so I had lots and lots of traumas. But I think there's still an interference field on the back of my head, and the way that we test that is we take a good strong muscle. First of all, we use something called a QCI vial, a little vial that turns on all the electrical points on the body. We put that on top of the head for about 20 seconds to turn on all the acupuncture points, so everything tests strong. Then we take a good strong muscle, and then we put a little torque to the tissue. So if I put a little torque to this tissue back here in the back of my head, where I've taken lots of blows with football, I might see my arm go weak after we do that. And then I know that that's an interference field. And so we mud the interference field, and we mud an area called a download. And actually, before we even start, we want to make sure that all these downloads, these points with your hands and your feet, where your body exchanges energy from the environment, are open. So that's one of the first steps, is to mud the downloads, put these detox clays on these points on our hands and feet, open all that up. Then we check the body just as we talked about. Torque an area, see what goes weak, see what corresponds with that. If the problem's on the head or the trunk of the body, we mud that interference field and a download point along with it. So I'm going to have Debbie show us how that works here. So Debbie, come on in. Here you're actually going to get to see me get mudded. And we're going to take a capsule here. This just helps open up the stomach meridian. It's a aloe-mannan. I'm just going to dissolve that in my mouth here. So you get to see the live action here. So again, I've got an interference field on the back of my head where I've taken lots of blows from football. We're actually going to put this mud. You can, Debbie, let them see the mud. We're going to put that on the back of my head.
Right here.
Right, it's right on my occiput here. And then we're going to put it on a corresponding download point, which happens to be the back of my hand. And so we're going to put it there. If the injury or interference field is on one of the extremities, like the arm, will match, like say a vaccination scar on your arm right here, then we would use mud here and a corresponding point on the hip, a matching point. And so I'm going to sit here for probably 15 to 20 minutes, depends on the person and the situation, while this mud pulls the toxins out of these interference fields. And when it does, we'll be able to test it and know that that interference field is corrected, and then we'll simply wash the mud off. Again, it sounds crazy that your health could improve from using mud, but again, it's not just any mud, and it's a very specific procedure to normalize these interference fields so they're not continually interfering with the function of your body. By doing all this, we can help you be healthier, and it's one of the many ways, the tools that we use along with our chiropractic neurologic care and our nutritional care to make everything work better. We've seen some awesome results with this. I know for myself, I had some long-standing problems with my stomach. There was no amount of nutrition I could take, and I studied with some of the top docs in the country on nutritional approaches, tried tons of supplements. There was no amount of supplements that I could take that would totally get my stomach working right again until I cleared some of these interference fields. The other day I had a lady who'd been in a car accident. She had normal strength right the day after the accident when I checked her, but after 3 or 4 days she started losing strength in her hand. Well, I reasoned that that was a buildup of toxins in the back of her neck where she had the trauma. We used mud on the back of her neck, this kind of mud, on the back of her neck and one of the points on her hands, and all the strength returned in her hand. I couldn't do that with a chiropractic adjustment that day. I tried. It didn't turn on all of the strength. The mud turned all the strength. So it's a powerful tool. I want to share it with you because some of you may need this tool to help you be as healthy as possible. Again, Dr. Winters, Winters Wellness Center, Chiropractic Redefined. Thanks.